Huh.
Yeah, it's all right.
But
Hey,
yeah,
Chris.
I could not
Oh,
imagine. Oh, where's he
what up,
at?
guys?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Good, you guys. How about you guys?
I
Chilling.
have a question to start off the pod.
Yes.
Okay.
What did we purchase over Amazon Prime days? Did you guys buy anything?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Nothing.
No, yeah. I didn't know it was Prime Day.
Yeah, I think it was 2 days or 3 days. Did you buy
I think it was,
things high?
I got a bunch of glucose test strips. They're on sale.
Bro, okay. So there's sales. Okay, you know when Target pulls that bullshit when they're like, it's like red, it's on sale and it's not, like they just put a sticker over it and like,
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah.
Amazon Prime, truly on their Prime days, it's one of those like if you use something, you might as well buy more of it when it's on Prime sale.
Yeah.
So I did
It was actually a deal.
plenty of different
So,
things. Dude, I got what is it? Ghost Burn, their powdered fat burner, was on sale for 32.99. Usually it's like 45 bucks. So it's actually like a sale from it. Dude, in the morning, to me, it's just like the caffeine. Like I'm not obviously there's other needle movers more than just Ghost Burn. But I always wanted to kind of try it and I couldn't justify 50 bucks for it. I was like, hey, 32.99, I'll do it. So
That's not
yeah.
you know,
Nah, Fabi got me on Evogen Evo Burn. I was like, I know this doesn't do anything, but it feels good.
dude.
that's the one I always start my fasted with. Like
Yeah.
whenever I start prep,
uh,
that's the one because I'm the same way. Like it doesn't really matter. I just need some caffeine in my system.
Some
Like,
bump. It
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
does. And if those other ingredients give you a 5%, fuck it,
hmm
it's helping.
yeah. I think it's a little placebo too, because I always like starting when I start my
Yeah.
fasted. I always incorporate the Yohanbein and the Evo Burn. That's just something I always throw in, just to make me feel like, okay, I'm doing something. I don't know,
Yeah.
like trying to target fat.
You ever try the exothermic tie?
Exothermic. What is
It's
that?
the Relentless Labs' fat burner. You tried it, Chris,
No.
right?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Shit's strong. I don't like it. It's
No,
very, very potent
I've always had
Too
people come back and return it because it was
because
too
it's too
strong.
much. It's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too much caffeine or too much?
it's just
Everything.
stimulants.
It's a
Yeah,
proprietary
Mm.
blend of stems. Does it still have DHMA in it? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, but always had a bunch of that in it. Never felt
I didn't.
good.
I didn't even know I had DMHA. That's crazy. I might try it now.
Chris, how's the
Because
first
they
week of prep?
Nah, same old, same old. Nothing really changed too much. Um, just uh super subs went back in, so that's
Ooh.
basically it. I can feel my body like getting saturated, so I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so conscious of my body, so like um
Yeah.
the one thing is like the pumps are getting better every day. Fullness is getting better every day. I feel like I call it saturation, just I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in there now. You're feeling it.
Yeah. Because I would,
Nice.
yeah, no, normally it takes, I would say, total always says about 12 to 14 days. That's like 14, like full saturation. Um, so I got maybe like one more week and I'll be like, okay, we can start moving a little bit.
Oomph.
Yeah, yeah.
Does he titrate it up or just straight to like where
Uh,
you
he,
need?
he, he didn't go back exactly where my peak oxygen was, but a little bit lower, a little bit like the NPP was a little bit lower than my peak where I was at. Test went back where it was. Um, and EQ went back to where it was exactly too.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Alberto, how was your week?
Oh, bro, that you know what? I actually have a cool little topic that I thought we could start off with today, going off of what I have going on today.
All right. All right.
I'm going to day trip. Me and Bree and I with our friends with
Oh,
our friend group.
Mm.
I can't tell you, like, I don't want to say I can't tell you. Well, I don't remember the last time I drank. I don't. I genuinely don't. Maybe Thanksgiving a month, year and a half ago, and that was like a social drink, versus like drinking drink.
Only shots.
And that's what I'm saying. But I thought a cool topic would be going over balance up, which or lack thereof, when eating structure. And then obviously
Mm.
comparing it to a prep and comparing it to like an off season. And even then, like kind of how do you approach these kind of things? So what I like, what a general weight loss person, let's talk about that first. Like when they have like an event like that or something, generally you tell them, hey, Friday, you're going to be on point. Sunday, you're going to be on point. Saturday, make the better choices and you'll be good, right? You can tell the average person that if it's not every weekend. they can enjoy that day doing whatever it is they do, right?
Mhm.
Whereas in a prep, like you've seen the people on. I've never been able to do that, but like imagine, they bring like Ziploc baggies of their chicken and rice and like go back to their car, like girl, and it's always women. They make that shit happen, bro. I've had clients that have gone to these kind of things like while on prep, and I zero doubt in my mind they're laser focused and in it, and they still have fun at these things and like bring their food and like dialed animals. You know what I mean? But like my plan is like I'm gonna get meals one, two, and three in. And even then, I'm not like a drinker or gonna do like heavy drugs or anything like that. More so just like, dude, I'm about to be walking a fuck ton. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
hot. I'm not gonna have my normal water intake.
Your job weight for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be super
Yeah.
active. So to me, it's like obviously it's gonna be really fun. And I'll pack a zing or two that keeps you a little bit more, going too.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about those kind of events? Let's say during just a general fat loss phase, an off season, or like a prep. Like how do you go about approaching it for yourselves, and then let's say for someone you're working with a client.
I think for clients, it's like yeah, same thing you said, like enjoy the day, like obviously don't turn it into a whole week of whatever eating or drinking, but like you enjoy one day, you'll be perfectly fine. Get right back on plan. I mean, if you're on prep, like, the goal is a little different, so you might have to bring the baggie of chicken. But for myself, I bring the Tupperware wherever, and if it's like a social gathering, like if I'm in the off season, like I'll have a meal, but like if we went out to dinner or something, like I'll get like a steak and potato, or if we're going to like a family dinner, like I'm not gonna like go out and eat all kinds of pizza or something. Like I still want to like get home and have my last meal. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like you just want to feel good. Like we've talked about before, like you want to feel good the next day and like wake up and not feel disgusting. So
I know, for real, right? So
yeah.
it's like in those times you can always make the better decision. My clients have heard this all the time. When you go to eat somewhere, Cheesecake Factory, Yard House, there's three things on the menu that you like. Boom, boom, boom. Out of the three things, there's going to be one of them that is the better option, whether it's the grilled chicken sandwich with that side of this, and then you look at the chili cheese fries and hot wings with the ranch and all that shit. There's no value in that. But there's this that, will taste just as good and will be much better for you. So you can always still make that better decision anytime you're going somewhere. You really can.
Nah, I feel like it's time and place. It's I always have that, like if I helping a client or someone, um, it's really up to the person. It's like I could give you I can give you a plan and you can stick to it, but it's like how serious are you? Like, are you willing to bring your Tupperware if you're in prep? Off season, obviously, there's more leniency. You just have to have your core structure of your meals, like making sure you're hitting your macros and stuff like that. But it's really up to the person how
Like last
you want
week's
to mess up.
conversation that we had, right? About like how truly bad do you want something? How
Hmm.
hard are you gonna work
Hmm.
towards it? And
Yeah,
there is different people. That's why I get kind of give the caveat of like the different scenarios, because
yeah.
there is the, hey, you know what? You just want to get healthier and lose some body fat. Obviously, like you don't have to bring your Tupperware or go back to your car to eat that. But how does the day before look like? How does the day after look like? Are you back on it versus like the bodybuilder in prep? Bro, one of my clients is 3 weeks out. He's going tomorrow to Daytrip. He's going to Sunday.
That's
He's
crazy.
natty shredded, absolute fucking animal. It's insane. He doesn't even act like he's on prep. I mean, you can see like in his death face and shit. But there's just guys that are you immune to this?
Yeah.
Like, do you just not? But
Some people can
obviously,
just keep their mind busy
I'm
by
sure
just
behind closed doors, everyone's still going through shit too. And like he doesn't, or like if he doesn't say it, but animal, bro. He's gonna. But try to give him a little refeed tomorrow of food, like actual like higher of what he's currently eating, not actual like, hey, just have something there, so he can enjoy a little bit more with his girlfriend, be present and stuff like that, because he's there already. But it's like, how
actually,
the fuck, bro? I don't know about that.
I actually went to a concert. I was like 4 weeks out last year.
Uh huh.
I went with my with Yesenia. It
Uh
was like a Mexican concert,
huh.
like a big one, and that was like hard for me just because of just being tired
The
and
time.
like yeah,
What time did the main event start?
we left my place like at 4. It didn't start till like 7. Like it was that, and then we didn't leave there till like 11. So it was like a
Yeah.
big, like, yeah,
And
standing, walking.
and you want to do your best to be there, be present and enjoy,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah,
it's so hard.
yeah. I had my Diet Coke, and then I just brought
Yeah.
one meal because I finished everything already early. So
Yeah. Have you ever been in that situation, Ty, or something like that?
Um,
And we don't want
Natalie's,
to we don't want to give any negative, like we're not saying anything negative about these things either, right? It's
oh
just
no,
like
no, no.
yeah,
more about making it work, more about
Yeah,
making it
yeah.
work.
I think I was like 10 days out or 2 weeks out, and it was Natalie's graduation.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Um, and it was just like I was just it
Graduations
was
are
inside.
brutal.
It was inside at least. So
Mm.
I was just like sitting there, like trying not to fall asleep. I
And
had to
meeting
like go
people
outside, get
and
a
then you gotta
walk.
match that energy of everyone else around you,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
social,
And you're like,
yeah.
Yeah. So I just like would go outside, walk, come back, like splash water on my face, come
yeah.
back.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I was just up and down, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Dude, have you ever
But
tried, not to change the subject, but modafinil?
no, I was just talking to some guy about it yesterday. I need to
Peak,
get some.
peak.
What?
I'll let you try some. It's bro, absolutely different than Adderall, completely separate mechanisms, all like that. Completely. It's not people that compare them, they're not the same. Because modafinil being for wakeless or sleeplessness or wakefulness, I should say, like for
Wakefulness.
people that have that disease that it is that makes you kind of fall asleep and get drowsy throughout the day, just makes you alert, more cognitive, like. And obviously, it's a prescription drug, but modafinil works very, very well for like long work blocks when I have a lot of computer work to do. You'll feel absolutely dialed. And then the wakefulness of being present at stuff without being stimulating. So it's not like that
Mhm.
Adderall like
Yeah.
locked in sort of thing. Just more awake.
Why'd you pick that one? I've heard more people say, what is it? Armodafinil is a little
So
smoother.
the two things are some, like armodafinil is the I don't even have it. You take that original molecule and modify it even more for it's one of those just try both. Like people
Mm.
like you have to try both of those. Just how like I guess I'm going to compare it to like tadalafil and tadalafil. Like it's
Mm.
like one they try to make it better for pumps and
Yeah.
versus like its sexual function stuff. Same thing with armodafinil. I would just say try both. I I'd be surprised, when the people that say armodafinil is better, I'd be like, give them a blind trial for each one, and
Yeah.
I bet they couldn't tell the difference between the two. I think they just want to say shit sometimes.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. What else do you do for I guess brain neuro cognition
Okay,
cognitive?
bro. Let's talk about this. Dude, work blocks, modafinil, and even then, dude, these like 5 milligrams of it. You'll see people doing 10 or 20.
Uh,
5 milligrams is plenty of it, and it's just like for like a 3 or 4 hour just work block kind of thing. To be and on the more just over the counter, dude, we're talking like 100 milligrams of caffeine, 600 milligrams of alpha GPC. You'll be good. I think alpha GPC, just how easily accessible it is. I get the NutriBio one just because they're good quality brand. I feel totally good that way. And if I want to lock in a little bit more, and like if I'm working out on my own, throw my beats on, like I'm just like zone out the world. Some alpha GPC always comes in clutch too. I'm
yeah,
super simple with that kind of stuff.
I like that. And then I throw in a little CDP choline too.
Oh, both
I do
ways.
both of them. Yeah, methylene blue.
Methylene blue. I like that
Yeah.
too.
Any
The
no
first time, the first time did you? I think I texted you when I peed
yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
It makes it. Have you ever tried it, Chris? Methylene blue,
I haven't dabbled in any like cognitive things yet.
dude,
No,
so cool. Like and that one helps as well.
it's so
But
cool.
you literally the first. I mean, not in a scary way, and it's like more like a hue of blue, not
Yeah,
actual like
yeah,
fucking
I get
Smurf.
you.
But it's
Uh-huh.
like, well, it's actually kind of blue. I've never done the droppers because like on TikTok you'll see kids being like, and they
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
blue tongues. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's stupid. I've never done the droppers. I'm sure those are more cost efficient, always because liquid costs less too. But
Mhm.
I just like the capsule because each time you're getting that 5 or that 10 or whatever it is. But Chris, that's definitely one to try. Some methylene blue.
You guys should just use it for like word blocks, or you use it like towards the end of like prep and stuff like that.
Towards the end of prep, dude.
And
It's
a prep.
literally
Okay.
forgive my verbiage, but it takes the retard out of you.
No, I
It,
get you. Yeah, yeah.
it
I was
does.
I was I was honestly thinking about like taking Adderall again, like because I've never like really like used it like that. But the last prep was like I needed something like,
It's just, bro, like not to even shit on Adderall, but we all know like it's one of the more powerful drugs out there. And if you
yeah,
can get away with not combining, because that is
yeah, yeah.
stimulatory for even if you have an XR, bro, you're gonna be more awake for all day. But like then
Mhm.
you're stacking it with whether it's a pre-workout, whether it's clen or
True.
these other
Yeah,
adrenergic things. If we can avoid doing that, these other ones that aren't working in that same sort of pathway,
yeah.
be a little bit better.
I think it's just the rather than cognitive, but because I think it's more fatigue that takes over, because then that trickles into like the cognitive aspect for me. Because like last prep, I introduced gratitude for the first time, and that was like energy was just consistent. There was no dip, no nothing, and that made a big game changer. I didn't
Yeah.
feel like I
Oh.
was dying every day.
Hmm.
A
What
big point
about
I
the
yeah, go for it. Sorry.
go- no, I was just saying, what about using like diodes and different.
That's
Oh,
why.
dude.
So that's funny that you said diodes first came into the store when I was done with my first show, Legion, last year, and that was in the point when I was pulling back again because I was doing San Antonio, maybe like 3 weeks out, and that's when I started feeling it again. And the red was very consistent, but there's always like around that 2 p.m. It's just like you get like your level, like kind of just social battery down and just movements just like very stagnant. I took that down for the first time and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like you just feel like you want to talk to people. You feel like you
Mm.
want to talk, you want to interact, get your shit done. And that was honestly a game changer. I did one dialed uh, every shift and that made a world of a difference. I was
It's
actually able to interact.
it's funny you say that because truly it sounds silly, but for these acute time periods, you're talking
Yeah.
about for the
Hmm.
shift in order to perform, because there is
Yep.
times in your day when you have to be perform more than others. So if
Hmm.
this tool helps you, do that better, use it. Use it.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything within reason, but it's
Yeah.
exactly that. Like you can say anyone. I mean, dude, I couldn't even imagine the people with kids and that
Yeah.
are prepping and like had to be present and do that kind of stuff. It's got to be
Mhm.
tougher.
For sure. Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
know
that was a
Ty,
game
like
changer.
I think that you can talk more about this one, but like Motzi as far as energy levels and dipping wise, because when it comes to like Retta and Motzi, I like Retta, and what I tell people is that food reduction, food noise, like the underrated benefit is the fact that take that out of the picture, and like not even like being hungry, like stomach's rumbling, but the fact that you're able to go through periods of
Satiation. Hmm.
time without that being the main thing will help you be productive in every other way. And then Motzi, I think, isn't talk about it, Ty. I know you like this one,
Yeah,
right? You like it?
yeah. I think Retta is more of like taking your mind off of food the entire day. Like,
Took
you
metabolism
eat,
restart. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, you eat a meal and then like 30 minutes later you're already thinking about your next meal. I think like Reddit does a good job of taking that out of the picture and it's just like, all right, it's 2 o'clock, it's time to eat. All right, it's 5 o'clock, it's time to eat, you know? But the Motzi, like when you get into a good dose or you find the right dose, like I feel it definitely sustained energy. Like that 2 p.m. like doesn't really happen anymore.
Okay.
So it definitely like I can notice like because I'll take breaks from it. So like I took a break from it to run SS31, and then you put the Mod C back in, and you're like, oh, this is like a lot
Yeah. Yeah.
different around that like midday sort of point. So just the way it makes your body like so much more efficient, and you're actually absorbing nutrients and you're using everything the way you're supposed to. Energy production is better, so it just feels like smooth throughout the day. So
I get you.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I need to
That
dabble that.
and 5 amino 1 MQ. I think people just don't take enough dose.
Do you have any
Because I
experience with five
remember,
amino, Chris?
No, I haven't touched those.
Okay.
I haven't tried Mod Serum 5 amino.
yeah, but 5 amino people take like such a low dose. Like I remember when it came out, like they're saying like 250 micrograms, 500 micrograms, and like the more that comes out, like it's a small molecule, so you need to take a higher dose, and the half life is so short. So the last mini cut I did, I used it with NAD plus because it helps circulate NAD plus. So like you could take NAD plus on its own, but it still is depleted, and then 5 amino 1 MQ like basically recirculates NAD plus, so it keeps giving you energy. So I was using like 25 milligrams or 50 milligrams a day is it 250 micrograms or 500 micrograms? And I was like, it's a big difference. Like, I think a lot of the UK guys, you would see Alberto, they say like, oh, I upped the 5 amino and like the glutes came in or something like that. Like, I feel like Reese always says that.
Yeah, and I
And
believe
it's
it.
like,
But
yeah,
it's that one. I would you agree it's the final tool versus like the big needle
yes,
mover, right? That would be. I
yeah,
mean, that one. You did injectable or oral? Injectable.
injectable.
Okay.
I think people could use it, like even lifestyle people could use it for just the pure energy production
That's the one because
versus,
that one being so I all these things are so gray area and sound so intimidating. Like I don't want to try 5 amino, but you're literally like, no, like NAD, like the NMN stuff, the NAD pluses of the world, like those are generally just like better well-being, longevity, feel good kind of stuff that that's a good example. 5 amino would be more, general population.
yeah.
And then even Mot C, you can make the argument for that one, but that one having to be, injection can be a little intimidating.
Well, I think you could argue that they would get more out of it, having a baseline of food versus being at the end of prep, being very low food.
Yeah.
If you're making your body more efficient and like having better energy production while having a maintenance of food, then you could argue that like everything would just work better.
100%.
1 + 1 = 4.
Not just three. We're
It
talking
really
four
does.
here.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've been using that to tell people about like uh, the post show rebound. It's like a
Hmm.
1 + 1 = 4.
100 with every moving piece, bro. And you're like, no, 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 no. It's not this. It's like literally how dialed in you were 2 weeks out. Repeat that with your prep food and upping it up. That's the most anabolic thing in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
it really is.
Dude, I
So,
want to okay. So I've worked with Justin Harris. Remember I told you I mentored under him. I learned it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Justin Harris's rebound diets? His was retarded in a good way.
Like
Like, dude,
no fats, yeah.
no fats. And I mean, the high carb days were, I mean, even then I was a smaller, 2020, I was shredded probably around 190. Um, and the high carb days were like 1050 carbs. I don't even know how I took it all and I digested everything well. But like post show was like each day was protein and like high carbs, minimal fats, and then one day a week there's this whole thing. But his post show rebound thing was so, and I was structured at the time, so I was just following it to a T. I mean, I put like on 30 pounds, obviously not of muscle, in like a month, and I still look good.
Yeah, no,
Justin's crazy.
did he have you using insulin too?
No, this was
No
pre me
insulin.
being scared. He was like, "Hey, bro, like you just think about taking growth hormone," and I'm like, "I don't know, man. I don't know, man." That's why I'm stuff. Some of this stuff I'm rather new to because I was
mhm.
like kind of nervous about doing that kind of stuff. But he was like, but also the time was like, I wanted to be the best men's physique guy I could. So he's like, honestly, it's not really needed. Like I see your goal. Like he would suggest things, but it was more like, you're right, with where you're at, you don't necessarily need it, but like it'll help you get to the next level, all this kind of stuff too. So I guess it's about the goal at hand and where you're trying to go with things. But wish I would have learned more and like I would have dug more into that. That would have been interesting.
That would have been fun. So,
Yeah.
do you even with your guys like when they're in a cruise or a down phase, do you try to pull them down to try and like make a mini rebound?
You see, I guess it's always that it depends. Just what's the time
Yeah,
frame? Like, I
yeah,
guess a good example right now would be like Stacks. He's in his health phase prior to prep right now, and it's like at first I wanted to like start him leaning out, pull his food down a little bit, and then just to keep it a little bit tidy up before prep and whatnot. But he dropped too much right off the bat, so he increased his food right up. So instead of I guess starting to clean things up quite yet, he pushes weight. He's always going to be growing regardless if he's at a TRT dose versus something higher. So just letting that he's going to continue growing. And honestly, he's bodybuilder soft, like not soft in the fat sort of way. Like that he just packed on
yeah,
all this muscle, so you're going to be a little bit softer, but obviously well within reason. He's going to have no problem getting shredded
yeah.
because the time frame of it. So we don't have that enough time to sort of clean up to push up again, right? It's about kind of about the time frame.
You would need like 22, 24 weeks to do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, 16, 18,
I think 21. I could be off.
21?
21, 20, one of those
Yeah.
as of today. Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll start prep been a couple weeks or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Chris, do you guys usually push up before you pull down? Starting prep?
Um, like for me,
Yeah.
this so actually before we took our health phase, he brought down my food a little bit because my weight was going up. It was going up, and he I got a little bit waterier, like more than he wanted me to, just holding a little bit more weight. So he pulled back the food right before the health phase, and then he put it back up once we started our health phase, like a little bit more, and then he pulled it back again. Just he's like, if you feel good and you still aren't having a decrease in performance or anything, let's just keep it there, and then we'll ride it out. And my body held. I was low food, which was like it was like what 400 carbs. That's low for me. So, but it made a big difference because appetite wise, I didn't have appetite at all. So
Uh,
yeah, just that was enough to get my get the food in and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nice. I like it.
I think that's something that doesn't get talked about enough is like the resensitizing your appetite when you've really
Yeah.
been in that phase for a while. Like some people haven't been there yet, but when you're completely like, yo, I'm regardless what the sweet poppy and the sriracha maple ain't doing it anymore. This is still chicken and rice.
Yeah. I got up to 425 rice for two meals and then 450 for one.
Was there any other carbs, like any dates or like fruit alongside, or just rice?
I have fruit for pre and post, and then fruit for breakfast, and then fruit for meal three. So I have four meals that have fruit.
Look, yeah. What kind of fruit do you go to? Have you heard the joke of like
Uh,
bodybuilders know nothing but blueberries and bananas?
both of those are on my plate, yeah. And then I have bananas, pineapples, and blueberries. Yeah,
Oh
because
yeah.
those are the easiest.
Pineapple
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Pineapple.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I just do those three and rotate them.
Do you get the fresh pineapple or do you like get the pre-cut ones? What do you do for that?
I've done both. I've done
Mm.
like when they're on sale, like the pineapples and they're fresh. So I'll get like two or three, cut them
You
up.
you
So I
cut
can.
them up? Damn. He like
Well,
What about
he's like that.
my girlfriend helps me.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing about pineapples.
Um,
They're gas, bro. They are, but
no, yeah,
like
yeah.
I come
They have to
it's
be in
not that
season
hard,
though.
but
not
Yeah,
that
because I don't like when they're not like juicy. Like when they're
uh
like tart, super
hard.
tarty. That's like I don't know. Frozen ones too, because they're cheap and they're real pineapples. So
Yeah. No dried pineapple?
I haven't done that now.
The dried pineapple is fire. Dried
I
yeah.
need
pineapple,
that.
dried mango.
Trader Joe's ones, bro. They're
Oh,
soft.
really?
They're
Yeah.
so good.
Say
Yeah.
less.
And that's the low volume. That's like the dude when people. That's the one thing about these things. They're low volume foods. So
Mhm.
somebody's like, I'm gonna just dude look at the back of that dried mango bag, dude. You're talking. We're that's like over
They're
200 carbs in
dense.
that thing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they're good
Yeah.
and they're soft and juicy, but they're my mouth's watering. I was thinking about them, dude. They're gas. They're so good. They literally say soft and juicy mango pieces on the bag. They're
Yeah.
soft and juicy.
That's one thing I
No,
enjoyed with Tuttle, like having so much fruit.
uh,
I before that, like I would have fruit, but not as much. Like four meals out of my six meals, I having fruit. Uh, I think I'll experience it during prep, but satiation wise, like you just feel it's a nice little sweet treat. I don't know.
yeah.
I love fruit, so
Dude, yeah.
real
So
food.
mhm.
absolutely. Post workout, I do my chicken rice and then fruit meal with honey on top. This last week, Brie cut up some apple, like put apple in the fridge. It was chilled, cut it up, and it was so good, dude.
Yeah,
Like that's
good
it's
crisp
literally
apples
nature's
fire.
candy for real.
Yeah.
Not even to sound like a health nut. Like fruit is goaded.
No, you'll be surprised. A lot of people don't like fruit or don't eat fruit like
What do
that.
you
Yeah,
mean?
and
Sometimes I'll get like a client intake form, like foods you don't dislike or you don't so well with you, that kind of stuff, and they'll put fruit. What, bro? What do you mean?
yeah,
Like
but
fruits and
that
veggies.
Mhm.
yeah, but that just comes from like their upbringing, how they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have
that's the
a
thing.
structured diet and
Did
stuff
you
like
did
that.
you have that? If they didn't, they didn't. But
Mhm.
there's got to be something out there that you like. You remember when Jeff Nipper made kiwis popular? Was that a thing
Yeah.
like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Kiwis are
I
pretty
think so.
fucking
Yeah,
good. They are pretty good.
kiwis
Kiwis
are
are
good. Yeah,
good.
yeah. I love mango. Mangoes are
Uh-huh.
fire, but those like I don't eat too often just because of so much sugar.
that's also harder because you know how like I mean I'm not the best at telling avocados when they're good or not, but mangoes are even harder. They're
Hmm.
even harder. You can get those tough ass pieces or get a soft and juicy one, and there's like no in the middle. It's either
Yeah.
like hard as hell or perfect.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Maria Guadalupe at the little cart, she's always got the gas ones. You know, she's those are always good.
Yeah, I
No,
love couple fruits.
fruit's a cheat code. I think I
Hmm.
showed you Alberto my meals when
For
I was
sure.
doing 400 grams of rice, so that's like 100 carbs, and then 25 carbs from fruit, 25 carbs from sourdough each meal
Yeah,
for like 4 meals. And I
volume.
was, yeah, but it was easier because I would do dates or the dried
Okay.
pineapple, the dried mango. So you get like savory and sweet, so it's a lot
Okay.
easier to eat.
Yeah.
I think also like a good point you can make to a little learning moment is in those meals they were would you say trace fats, right?
Yeah, trace
So
fats.
that's how they like if you add in like even a tablespoon of almond butter to it, it's gonna slow everything down
It's
that much
sitting.
more. It's sitting for a while. So that amount of
Yeah.
carbs, if you are gonna get that amount in a sitting, if you combine that with a fat, like or even 10 grams of fat, it'll sit a lot longer.
Yeah, that's why I just bookend the day with fats. Like even right now, like my last meal is like almost 40 grams of fat in my last meal.
What's in it?
93 beef, potato, pineapple, and peanut butter.
Hmm.
Because I've been training on one meal, so I'll do cardio, eat one meal, and then train. So I try to get it loaded the
Do you
night
feel
before.
any it would be hard to say in the off season how that feels quite yet, but like let's say during prep, are you gonna still have that same schedule? Do you think?
I think so. I kind of like it.
Okay. I I guess you'd only really feel like a difference then when you kind of be like how much fasted cardio can you do before performance takes a hit. That would probably cap out like probably like 45. Not that you'll have to do tons more, but would you say like 45 minutes fasted, then a meal, then train? Anything past that, you're kind of
Yeah,
fatigued.
I think so. Because I'm training like I'm doing cardio at like 6 and then training by 9:30. So it's a good amount of time.
Oh,
I asked Joe Perch on the last podcast.
oh, that
They
was your
said
question?
that was my question. They
Yeah,
said 25 minutes fasted and then the rest either post workout or PM, like before the last meal or something like that. I've never done cardio like later in the day, like aside from fasted or post workout.
me neither. Have you, Chris?
Yeah.
No, it's all the ways fasted or after my workout.
Sometimes you want.
Yeah.
I can't justify going to the gym again
Yeah.
just for cardio.
When you hear
Yeah.
someone say like, "Oh, I did my fast session, I trained, and then I went back for like another 45
Yeah.
minutes," bro, what do you do all day? Like, nothing. There's
And
anything
yeah,
wrong with that, but you question, you're like, "Damn, that's a lot to fit in that day."
yeah. Because it's a lot of time, like getting ready to go to the
Uh-huh.
gym and then getting there and then coming back and then showering and then like that whole gap.
Washes
That's
of clothes, the
yeah.
amount.
Hmm. Yeah.
Already doing 4 or 5 different clothes a day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be fun though. We have a couple questions. We want to get into some questions.
That'd be good.
We have a good one. Let me find it. He said, can a 57-year-old man gain muscle without gear? If yes, how?
Would it be difficult? You have to, I mean, I think the first thing would do to do without like
His
let's take
bloods.
even gear out of the question, but be hormonally optimized to whatever you can be. I think that before even saying like you need to eat better and train, that could be a 57, that could be the big deal breaker, big thing holding you back. If you're like at a 110 nanograms per deciliter testosterone level and your free test is in the thing too, sometimes you can eat the right stuff, you can do the right training, you can sleep for 8 hours, but none of that's going to matter if that isn't taken care of first. I guess I don't want to say it's impossible, but you have to address that in some way alongside everything else. That'd be tough. That's a tough one.
So would you say that like say he gets blood work done and he's at 750
Oh, bro,
nanograms?
you go. We need to
Yeah.
set you obviously like
Perfectly
within
fine.
reason. Like, yeah, you have the right weight training program, and at that point you'd be doing what you're capable of at that time. Like, I guess machines would be the safer option. Not that I'm picturing like a decrepit like old man or anything like that, but like you're not going to be your knees might be hurting a little bit more, back
Yeah.
maybe a little bit hurt. You can 100% pack muscle. You do have to put realistic expectations around it too. Like you're still good. I don't know how it would affect a 57-year-old's body, but I feel like noob gains. kind of slows down also the older you get, because you've been going through life doing, whether it's physical labor work or whatever the habits you have built, like your body's been used to this less muscular set point for a longer time. So I don't think the noob gains would be as kind of quick. It'd be a
Unless
little
he has
slower. You can do it.
unless he has like a foundation like already like going into it.
That's
Because
true.
maturity of the muscle without even training that's exists
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
being dense
He's
and stuff.
pretty stacked. He's pretty
Oh
stacked.
yeah.
And
Okay,
he's
then yeah.
natty. And he's
Yeah.
natty.
If he has a
Yeah.
good foundation, he's like pretty good built. Like yeah, it takes some time, but I wouldn't doubt it would be a problem.
Would
No, he
you
can.
maybe scale back volume, maybe train, I don't know, 3 or 4 days instead?
All that's needed. 3 or 4 days is plenty.
Yeah. Huh.
Based on his schedule and all that. But yeah, more longevity rather than like hammering and fucking trying to kill yourself in the gym.
I agree. Favorite and least favorite part of being a bodybuilder?
Fucking thinking about food all the time. I'm always thinking about my next meal, like no matter like just it's so engraved in me.
I guess that like that goes into like what I was gonna say about preparing to go places or preparing for
Yeah.
events, preparing ahead of time, how long I may be out for. You want to know these kind of things. I know like her and I will talk about kind of I'd be like, what time are we going? What time are we coming back? And it's kind of like a what do I need to, how do I be
Mhm.
prepared mentally
How
in
much
here,
do I
you know?
need? Mhm.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Or you'll never look at food the same.
Uh-uh.
You just
Yeah.
see calories, you don't see food.
Mhm.
So you both of
Basically.
y'all are into two way bigger than I am. So I'm sure you experience this on a daily basis. But one of the coolest things is you don't realize until you're out in public how much bigger you are than the average person. Or like doing errands and stuff. Just you're the muscular dude. And
You
it's
like
like it's
eyes?
odd, right? Like it's like,
Always, yeah.
and I joke about it, but like, dude, sometimes like I usually like wearing either bigger shirts. I don't wear tank tops or that too much outside
I
of the
don't.
gym. But
I
like,
don't.
if I do in it because it's hot, like anywhere you go, it's like, what do you do? Or like, what do you eat? Or like this kind of stuff. And it's like, it's kind of cool at this, you know, at the same time, like obviously sometimes if you're dead in the weeds of prep and you're like, fuck, please, like not right now. But like, it's kind of cool. It's you're just bigger than average. And what's cool as an average person season off season bodybuilder that's not lean at all, and they think you're lean as shit. They think you're in
Mhm.
shape just because you have muscle.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
does.
That's the real prep secret. Go to the grocery store
Yeah.
if you want to feel better.
What are you getting? Like, what is that? What is that doing? Oh, like this and that. And I'm gonna say the only negative, like I guess comments you'd get are like are using a joking kind of way. Like, dude, the other day I was out and like there was this guy's like, he's like, man, this man, look at this man taking steroids. I'm like, I do. I do take them. And he's like, it was a black guy. So I was like, he was like, thank you for being real. And I was like, yeah, you know, like I was like, I do. Thanks for noticing.
That's funny.
Have
Yeah.
you heard of the cart to physique ratio?
Cart to physique.
Like when you're at Costco or you're at the grocery store, you look at somebody's
Um,
cart compared to their physique.
That's interesting, dude.
I never heard of that,
I
but
saw it on
Uh,
TikTok and I can't like not see it now.
that's a fun. I can't say I've ever paid attention enough.
mm-mm.
So now I think
No.
that people are
Wait,
looking at my cart.
are you talking about like the contents inside?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you look, yeah, I look at people and I look at what they're getting. Like, it adds up. Like,
It adds up.
it
Chris is
really
nice
does.
about it. It adds
Chris
up.
is judging everybody.
No, not like no. I'm a big observer, so I just look at everything. And when I least like realize what I'm doing, it's like you're already like looking and putting things and patterns together.
Yeah, valid. Um, this guy asked, are peptides cheating?
Well, that's like, dude. I put this on Ty's
Yeah.
post yesterday. It's a like if you have access to a car to drive to work, are you going to take a scooter? And that's obviously an extreme example, but in life, there's no set boundaries, dude.
Yeah.
The people there's always content about like the CEO stack and people make up shit just so people use their code to like buy stuff with the CEO stack. But yeah, they're using performance answers in a different way to exceed at whatever there is. In life, there is no rules. Like literally, you can be unnatty as long as you're not in a tested sport, in a tested better whatever it is. There's no cheat. There's no cheating. Like if you have these tools at your disposal, you're an adult. You can choose what you want to do with them. That's kind of
Yeah,
the way I look at it.
Cheating
just know
is
what you're
only
doing.
if there's rules.
Gee, if there's rules.
Yeah, there's only whatever. Um, yeah, I kind of threw it off by doing a Q&A yesterday, but we'll just ask one of those, I guess. Supplements that actually improve blood work.
It's here, Chris.
So a lot. You can just depending on what I take my normal, my kidney, my liver, like across the board of what you think you should be taking, I probably take. Um,
It's hard to
but
give an
I
answer, right?
yeah, because I
Because
just
it
take
depends.
yeah.
Depends.
It depends if you have red flags on certain things. So I've seen TEDCA, NAC, fish oil dramatically make a big difference in blood work if you're consistent on it. Um, but taking bigger doses in, I take like Tudka and like NAC, I took like 3 times the amount.
Yeah,
So that makes a big difference.
It all really depends on what what's stressed in their body, right? Like there is a
exactly.
lot of good on cycle all in one cycle supports, and then realistically, does the average person really need all that? Probably not. But like some people are more predisposed to this, or this their LDO takes a real big hit, or their HDO takes a big hit. It really depends on what they're doing, how they're using, and truly how they're eating. Because one big thing is everyone talks about how like gear will affect their blood work. If you're eating like for the lack of using one of those buzzwords, but inflammatory diet, like eating some bullshit for real, like that impact, like clean
Makes a
that
big
up,
difference.
drink up some more water, and you can improve all that before all these health supplements. But to answer that, there's tons. Like, I mean, I'm sure we can all go like if we named each little one across the board of what we take for what reason. There's a lot of preventative things. There's a lot of I guess once you get to that point of being a retired bodybuilder, right, you'll then really, really nail it down to I don't need these specific ones. But while you're there, like you kind of want to take care of the whole system, right? Why
Heck
not?
yeah.
Honestly. Because you can honestly do a trial and error on yourself. You do a prep or a cycle or whatever, don't take vitamins. Check your blood work at
I
the
ain't gonna
end.
do that though. You could do that one for
But
me. You
but
could.
but that's what I'm saying. Like telling the viewers and stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's they're gonna be for sure, and then you start
yeah.
taking the one, it's gonna improve.
Yeah.
But
What
I would
should
say I was gonna say
go
blood work
ahead. Yeah.
wise, last prep Bretta helped a lot. Bretta helped a lot. And I was like shocked. Um, not saying like I was expecting a bad panel at the end of prep, but
But how
I
much better
expect
it was.
I expected like to be have some red flags or something elevated. If things were like pristine. Like after my reverse and everything, I didn't have any red flags. My AST wasn't even elevated. Kidney markers are good. Like everything was like as if I was about to go into a prep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What should people do? Because we keep telling the viewers to get blood work. What do they need to do before they get blood work? How do they get blood work? Those sorts of things. Do you
Oh,
guys
dude,
take
that's one
days
of the
off?
yeah.
2 to 3.
You
Yeah.
see, there's two sides to that, right? There's two sides to this. It's kind of the way behind it's like when someone gets their blood work done peak cycle, it truly tells you what you are at risk for or like what kind of damage it does. Because then you don't want to like wait. Like it's hard to say when's the right time to do it or what you should do prior. Because I see both sides of it. Because some people say take 3 days off of the gym, make sure you rest, decompress, and then go into it. Whereas if you hit like a not to say extensionally hard leg day, but a leg day prior and then tested the next day, that's can be a more accurate depiction of where you're truly at that point because it's just this sliver in time of where they take your blood to tell you where you're at. So I guess the most thing is to be consistent with it, but also like do it at peak cycle, do it when you're off. Like there's all these times when you want to kind of check what gets affected. That's kind of what I tell my guys. It's essentially like when it comes to like health detriments that can come up from these things, you don't develop heart disease in a 6 month blast. And that's even a long time. It's being neglectful as shit over
Years.
that
Mhm.
time. So do what you can in between. And obviously that's what we kind of mean. Like these things aren't acute. They're not acute killers, but rather over time.
Yeah. I tell people take 2 days off and then make sure you drink like a liter of water the morning of, because you come back and whatever your hematocrit's all messed up and you're like, well, you might have just not been hydrated,
Did you
and
drink
then
any
you
water?
gotta
Are you an adult? Do you drink water?
Honestly,
wake up straight to
so many
coffee,
people,
no
man. So
water.
many people that don't drink water. It's
They
crazy.
they don't. I think that's one of the biggest things that people fall short on is they really just don't, they're not conscious about that.
They drink everything else but water.
Do you track your clients' water or have them, report like how much water they're drinking or whatever?
And yes, and I love when they're honest and they're like, I fall short. And the thing is, I think the barrier for like for steps I set is 8,000 because everyone has the 10K number. Realistically, 8K, you're not completely sedentary. 8K, you're moving around a lot. But like when I say 80 ounces of water, like you got this, bro. You can do this. This is what five, what is that? Less than 5 bottles of water, less than 16 ounces. You can do that. Like get that done. Promise me that. Let's start there. Some people have no issue getting that done, but like 80 ounces, it can be tough for a lot of people. So that's generally where, like, if they're falling short all the time, put a case of water by your front door. Make sure when you leave the house, just have water on you. If people run errands, dude, without water, it blows my mind. That's just right. You always bring it with you anywhere you go.
Yeah,
Always.
People leave
my
the house
hydro.
without it. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't like not drink water. I get like whatever they call it, like cotton mouth all the time.
And then we all complain about how we have to wake up to pee, but
Yes, yes,
It just improves
yes.
everything. It really
yeah.
does.
Let's get us another question. What do we got? Um, Hardest growing muscle for yourself. What did you do to overcome it? Overcome it.
Fucking pencil sticks. My fucking arms.
And what do you
That
do
was
now to
like
overcome it?
What are we doing?
frequency.
Okay.
Frequency, being more intentional with my training and movements. Um, I think frequency was the biggest component because I wouldn't train them as much as I did now. But yeah.
Hmm. Did you have to like relearn how to do movements, or you just needed to do it more?
Relearn is in the sense of like not just kind of throwing the weight around, going down, feeling the contraction, the stretch, like understanding everything, just being conscious of
Oh, where's he at?
it.
He's gone. When this is recording,
Okay.
right? So like people, I wonder what people see in the little. Did you see a little black box?
I
What do
think
they
they
see?
see the
Okay,
back.
there you are. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Alberto, lagging
So,
body
dude,
part.
100%. I'm gonna talk about my legs. But what initially took them from less to bigger? I'm gonna say I think my powerlifting phase, 100%, because although it's more in the strength of 1 to 5 rep range versus hypertrophy, so not the ideal for growth. I had these numbers that I had to hit, that I wanted to hit, and going in there and like some powerlifters can train fucking hard, bro. Because one thing that they do is like that you can't take away from them is regardless of how, if they don't eat the best, because some of them don't, a lot of them do, they're eating better, but it's, you have these assigned numbers that you're like, dude, if I'm a bitch if I don't get this done, or like I have a triple with this weight, because the squats and deadlifts are obviously you're doing that once a week each. You're doing that, and sometimes a secondary, like a stiff leg variation, or a secondary leg day of variation. But hitting them and like really, that's what taught me like that. I can go one, like you have this. I had this on my back. I'm like 3 sets of 3 right here on the third set. Fuck, okay,
Bang it out.
I'm getting this done.
Mhm.
This is happening.
Mhm.
And then what slowed me down was when I slipped my disc in my back deadlifting, so then I couldn't I couldn't do the movements anymore. So that's what, I don't want to say where my legs took a regression, but why they stopped having this upward trend for a while, because they were growing for a fucking while doing these kind of things. And then I had to take the step back. But I'm going to say it was just training that as hard as I tried to do everything else, and just have like this programming where this is what I'm doing today. This is getting done. Like I'm not leaving until this is done. And I
Did it
think
give
that helped me a ton.
did it give you anxiety when
Oh,
you're trying
dude,
to
you'd get
always get that number? Yeah.
oh, dude, I think about it. I open my program that day and I'd be like, I would think about it since the morning time. I'm like, I
Hmm.
have to hit this. I have to.
You're just pondering on it all day. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And like the thing is too, it's like not they weren't. Oh, you're not, powerlifting isn't always maxing out, right? You're working up to those peak numbers. So like sometimes I'd be like, I'd look at it and it would be like 4 sets of 6, and it was like a weight that you can do, but that's fucking tough. And I'm like,
Hmm.
and you just be sitting on like, people joke about how they sit between sets all the time and just for like 10 minutes, you'd sit there like, I have to do this again. But the mentality is, I'm not, that's getting done. I had that. That's what helped me. This is getting. I'm not done till that gets done. I'm not going down. That's the number I have to hit. So how that helped me.
You take that with
Whenever I
you
used to get a lot of
into
anxiety too.
prep. Like you're 2 or 3 weeks out of training, you take that mindset back with you.
It's hard. It's hard. Like I'm not gonna like not even sound like a pussy, but it's harder. Like when you like those times when you are just as depleted, because the thing is you're meant to be fully fed during powerlifting all the time. So it's like you have no excuse of like I so your mind plays those games with you. It does. You
It really
shouldn't be
does.
losing too much strength during prep. You really shouldn't. And you should be able to match a lot of the numbers that you do. But then your mind starts playing that like you fatigue sooner and you can't, that barrier to push is harder. And that's I guess the thing that I guess is my bottleneck. What holds me back is the fuck, I can still do this, but a barrier.
Yeah, those are rough. Sitting between sets at the end of prep, trying to figure out how you're gonna do the next set.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Do you ever like over anticipating like fuck, I got three more movements. I got six more. Like, you just count up every set. You're like,
Yeah,
fuck, man. I used to be really hard and like to start my workouts towards the end of prep. Like
Yeah.
physically get out of the car and be like, all right, let's
yeah. You gotta do
take
one
like
set at a
20,
time,
30 minutes sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
one thing at a time. Get in the gym, get warmed up, get set one. All right, just got to do one
Mhm.
more set. Yeah, that's rough, but it's fun though. You look good.
Yeah. Honestly, pushing to see if you're capable of still going day after day is like that's the reward, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like you get so much more out of it than football because football is just
Yeah.
like if you're doing conditioning or something or like a practice, it's like the same thing.
Mhm.
Versus like bodybuilding prep, like you see a difference every single day
Yeah.
if you're
That's
doing it.
rewarding. That's rewarding.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, which is
You get
fun.
more out of it when you put more into it. It's simple.
Yeah, yeah. Do you change up training during prep?
But what?
Do you change up like
Oh,
volume
training.
during prep? Yeah, training.
There's sometimes there's a fluctuation, like a change towards maybe the end, but this last like season, I noticed that I was able to grow more by really keeping everything the same. Like not giving myself a crutch of like, okay, I'm weight dropping, I'm getting weaker. No, I went in there trying to push the same weight. If I wasn't, obviously the reps were a little bit lower, but output was the same.
I
Strength
guess it,
wise was the
but
same.
in a way, a general consensus would be towards the end of prep, not to say you hit more volume because like as how can you match things is
Not, yeah, I would drop like, let's say if I'm doing like my normal weights, like 5 plates on incline, I probably do 4.5, but for
mhm,
more reps,
yeah.
like things like that. Yeah.
So still within reason though, although you are bringing up the volume, you're taking down the weight, like it's not this massive drop, right? You're
Mhm.
still meeting that kind of end number in a different
Yeah.
way.
I'd like to say like maximum output. So regardless of the weight, because weight's relative, it's like I'm still maximizing my output because you can do whatever weight and you still can maximize your output.
Makes sense. You ever just try to match like say you had 3 sets, and you just try to match the first set and then drop the last two?
Yeah, yeah, I've done that. I'm very intuitive with how I train, so like I don't Tuttle even like going to Tuttle, he didn't give me my training thing. I showed him what I was doing. He's like, this looks good. If anything, you're not progressing how I want you, then I'll adjust it. So I still do my own training and stuff like that.
But you send him
Like,
training videos?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So any questions or videos or I need to send him, he needs to look at something, I'll send it to him. Um, he just gives me uh, tweaks and like pointers here and there.
Okay. That's cool. Is he Alberto was saying he had a spreadsheet before you got on, but is is Tuttle a spreadsheet guy?
He does everything through email. So he writes it out all in the email, and the email is fucking long. Like everyone, it has everything. Like I'll show you just of how it looks.
Like it's just typed out?
Yeah, he types out everything. So like a check-in would be So just look like that, and just go all the way.
Is the red like what's changed or what's the red?
So the red is like just all the it's a disclaimers. He
Okay,
puts
okay,
disclaimers just like
okay.
just in case.
Yeah.
So it starts from the top. Like the top is always like what's changing, what I need to do this week, and then always has his timeline, my weight trend, uh, reviews of what he wants me to review, his notes, and then basically everything from like all the food, uh, what I should be doing and all that. Yeah,
You know, I
because
I like that style, and that's kind of similar to how I coach too. It's the fact that like I highlight what I change and I resend it back to them because the worst kind. I mean, I don't know if anyone else that does this, and I'm not saying the coaches that do this are wrong or they're bad or they're lazy, but when you kind of just say you send your check in and they go meal two, do this, and that's kind
Yeah.
of the end of the check in. I like having that quantifiable, like that set thing in front of me where I'm able to see this was done
yeah,
different, and this is where we were, this is where we are now because that
yeah,
can work. Like I'm assuming that's how a CETA would be,
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
hey, do
basically.
this.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I like this is what's changing and this is the new thing going forward versus just like, all right, do this and then 4 days follow up with me or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it just helps, the mind to be a little bit more settled
It's very structured because if I forget something, I can just go back to the email thread and
and refer back
re
to why he said something or why you're
yeah,
doing this or
yeah.
what led
Oh,
to it.
I don't remember how many sets I'm doing for back. Okay, go to it. That's exactly right there.
That
Uh,
helps.
the supplements, my meal, off day, training days, like all that. So
Yeah, it makes it more
there's
organized on a coach's
yes.
side too. If you said something and then they're like, "Oh, are we still doing this for meal two?" and you gotta like scroll back
Yeah,
versus
I'm curious at how he manages everything because he has lots of like he like, he has a lot of clients and I've never had a situation where he's like messed up on information. He knows exactly that he's talking to me and whatever. Like it's personable if that makes sense.
Respect. That just speaks to him. Respect. Yeah.
Yeah.
respect. What about the question that you asked me, Alberto? What guru would you want to be with, or
Oh
like,
yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, like for myself.
yeah, who would you say?
Dude, funny enough, it's like, okay, we're talking guru, not just like coach like that we think about working with or like the guru you'd really it's exactly that, which cement factory, bro. AJ
Yeah,
Sims. But we're talking AJ Sims 5 years ago, not recently. Because recently he's been doing the I've nothing okay, not even to touch on the Christianity thing, but he's been pushing that a lot, like being a man of the Lord. Anyways, when he was at his peak, bringing in those guys fucking nasty, I would want to know and I'm not even talking about the PED side. Yes, that's the fun stuff, but like, what did you really have? Because he talks about these super saturate, like, what the fuck is a super saturation day? Like, I know he's explained it, but like, no, like, how will it apply to my body? Like, is this motherfucker really taking in 1,200 carbs like 12 days out? How are you doing that? Like, and what movement are you having them sit on their ass? Are you having them do cardio the next day fasted? Like what's all those other pieces happening to lead you to do this to them looking like that? That's what I'd be super interested in knowing, bro.
yeah. I feel like
Oh,
he's like tracking electrolytes and manipulating that and whatever because he's a big sauna guy too.
that's what I'm saying. And then where does that come
So
into play? Like there has to be some sort of and the thing is not that he even knows the best way or that's the best way of doing anything, but just so curious. How did you get to there? What did all these things do to put you there? Blows my mind.
I just always see when he'll post like Hassan Mustafa like every other week or something because like he's the only one that ever got him in shape.
Uh-huh. And
And
what
like,
did he
what
how?
did he do? Yeah, how did he know for that body that nobody else has been able to figure out or
Uh-huh.
whatever? I feel like that's the thing is how many different
And
body types.
this is all speculation too, but so he's talked about, or Hassan has talked about, like he couldn't do that again,
Yeah,
and he's never alluded to exactly what. And
yeah,
not even like, I mean, even if it was just pushing his body to a brink of like cardio fatigue, it could have been just that. But like, I'm always curious to like, what got this motherfucker to break? Even though it was his best look, what pushed him to break? And dude, also curious. Milos would be another cool one, but I would be genuinely kind of scared, a little nervous because you've heard Logan Franklin talk his shit, right? Logan
yeah.
Franklin basically has said like Milos like almost killed me, so that's kind of scary. But
Oh,
like,
he said that?
yeah, bro, he came
Because
because you remember
I remember when that all happened and
the
stuff, but
breakup. Uh-huh.
I didn't remember like what
It was
Logan was
months
saying.
later, once all the dust was settled, and he just said,
Okay.
like, yeah, so it was that. And I was like, I would be
Because
very
he said he
curious.
got food poisoning, right?
The
It
video he posted
wasn't.
Olympia,
It
yeah.
wasn't that. Yeah, it was. I knew it wasn't. Yeah.
And even then, who knows to this day what really happened? Because there's always two sides to everything too. Like you'd want to hear Milos' side, because who
Yeah.
knows, dude? An elite athlete at that peak level also would be like, I'm down to do it. Like whatever we got to do, I'm down to do it. So there's no. This is such a weird line in bodybuilding and like coaching, where like this guy made me do this and do that. Like, but at the time you were like, no, fucking send it. Let's fucking do it.
And then coming from Milos is like you would think that you could put your fucking life in his hands.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't
Yeah, that too, right? There's
know.
two sides to every side. I'd be very curious what actually happened. We may never know.
I feel like Milos has a lot of guys that like they do great when they're with him, and then they all leave. Like Samson, Logan Franklin. Like didn't he work with Regan for a bit too?
Uh-huh.
And then like for some reason they stop and then never like they're like, yeah, I'm never doing that again.
That's what did he have him do?
Yeah. What
I
did
mean,
he have?
it could be the intra workout insulin with the 120 grams of carb powder and amino acids. Who knows? That would be overwhelming for me, but
Hey, I did 125 intro.
it's a lot, bro. Ugh.
I've been 100.
100? Yeah. I like intros. I think intros are huge. Like around, I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fuel training. So it's like, why would I not? Like, I would rather have like, I don't know, pre-workout and intra-workout carbs and then no carbs the rest of the day than like carbs spread out.
Honestly, you've got a point.
Same. Yeah.
Off season, like meal five has like still like 100 grams of carbs in it, it just slows you down. You know that kind of feeling.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You're not a big intra guy, Alberto?
I do 20 grams. All I do is 20 grams of carbs intra. Enough right
Um,
there. Yeah, I guess
And
I really could allocate more carbs towards that because pre is about 140. Post workout, what is that? 80, 20, 20, about 120. So then I feel
okay. Yeah.
plenty pre post, and then it's not even a digest thing. I just haven't tried more than that. No.
hmm,
I have
I
a
guess,
Carbo Surge by Jack Factory. I think it's cluster dextrin.
yeah.
I like it.
I mean, I guess it doesn't like really matter in the long, like if you're loaded, you're loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pumps, the performance is so much better for me personally. But I try to keep it at 100. I did 150 and then I brought it back to 100. But I don't know. I don't know. Things to experiment.
No, yeah. I think the pre-post window carbs and fueling, it does make a difference. Like if you are at the point um, where you have good blood glucose and everything, and you dabble with like some Slim and all that, you can make some dramatic gains. Me and Jeremy did that like after Legion. Because when I finished Legion, I wasn't planning on doing San Antonio and San Diego. I was planning on just shutting it down and then coming back next year, early next year. But there was a couple shows, and I was like, Jeremy's like, you're still in shape. Like we could still decide to do this. So I didn't decide to do that until 4 weeks after Legion. So in that
Mm,
time frame, we were reversing. But with Jeremy, we were like dabbling into some new things. So Slim was one of them. And we really, in those 4 weeks, really revolved everything. All my carbs were only from pre, intra, and post. And I would have like 200 carbs pre with we went up to like 10 units of Slim pre and post. And that I noticed in a short window of just the volume of the muscle. And if you look at my Legion pics and you look at my San Antonio, you can see the the maturity or the density and the how much I
Mm.
grew. Yeah. Because
did you keep
Legion's
it
like
in?
more, no, we only did it for like that 4 or 6 weeks. And it was enough to kind of kickstart and going into prep again. So that was like it was cool seeing it firsthand because I've never touched that before. So if you really manipulate and track everything, you can make some good progress on it.
Because we're talking about maximizing recovery, building where
Mhm.
nutrients are going. Everything is
Mhm.
just that much more maximized, right?
Yeah,
And then,
because
like,
it
let's
was.
say pre-bed, you probably had no carbs, just protein, fat, right? To keep,
Mhm.
and that
Yeah,
kept you more sensitive, leaner
yeah, yeah.
while
Kept me
growing.
hungry, all
Yeah.
that. Because it was post show. It was post Legion. So that first 4 to 8 weeks, like I'm still fucking receptive to everything. Uh, So that window was like, yeah, very useful doing all that. Because
I
I
like
was
it.
only I took away everything, only test, GH, and slim.
Grew.
Yeah,
I like it. I think it does change the way that the muscle looks.
for
Like
sure. Yeah,
it's just fuller, like
yeah. The
the
pumps were insane, like
insane.
tight, full. Like yeah, it looked like I was like getting ready for a show, but I was just like volumized. I don't know. It's hard to explain when you're just like skin ripping full. That's
Hell yeah.
Was the
especially
weight any?
when you're lean. When you're lean
Yeah.
too, is different. Yeah.
Was the weight different from Legion to San Antonio?
Uh, I weighed less. I weighed less.
Would you say it was like it just got leaner going, you got tighter for that show, or what would you attribute that to?
I would say just more time dieting,
Yeah.
because I was bigger. I was bigger, but I weighed less. So San Diego was the least I weighed. I was 10 pounds under my cap. It's 224 for San Diego. Legion, I was 228. Yeah, 228. San Antonio was like 227,
Mm.
226. Yeah.
So you could be 234.
My cap is 234. Yeah. I think this time around is going to be a much harder time getting down to that because I think I put a decent amount of mass
Oh
for a
yeah.
size. So
Oh yeah.
Tuttle's saying he thinks that, yeah, I'll probably be it. It might be a struggle to get down to that, but once we get down,
Oh,
it'd be like a perfect, like, yeah. If I can come in like 232, like healed with like added size on my upper shelf, that'd be a good picture.
I have an update. Do you guys know Jay Lane?
Jed who?
Jay Lane.
okay, yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
Lane?
He's
No.
a classic pro.
The Texas dude, right? Texas dude?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's a
I have to
classic pro.
check
He
him.
coaches some pros, but he's been helping me like mentorship kind of like
Oh,
looking at
nice.
looking over my prep clients, just like make sure that they come in good and everything. And then I was talking to him about my prep, and he was like, well, like how tall are you? And I was like, well, they hired me in for the 217 class last year, and I was like right now I'm like in between like the 217 224. And he was like, yeah, it'll probably be a struggle to make 217. He's like, but you should shoot for that. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard,
Yeah.
but
I
it'll be
feel like
fun.
at some point the weight's gonna catch. You'll get to a certain point and you'll be about 10, 15 pounds above that. And then after that, you just gotta really, really dig. Because once you get to like that, I would say you're at least 5 pounds, 6 pounds in that window, you can drop it. It's no problem.
Yeah, with
Dropping water
water
and
and
all that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we'll see. It'll be fun.
It's gonna suck, but yeah, yeah. You're gonna look nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't spill when you're that shredded too.
But that's
You
why
can't.
that's the thing I always have a conversation with people about, like, oh, I was watery, oh, I just messed. No, if you're peeled, it's very hard to spill. It's very hard. You really gotta fucking try to force feed and yeah. So if you're
Yeah,
peeled, you're peeled.
just get peeled. Everything works at that point.
It really does.
Yeah, but that's all my updates.
Ooh, actually, I'm gonna message you later. I start my growth on growing. I've been in growth, but on Monday. So I was going over
Mm,
lagging body parts. Is I'm back to training legs twice a week. I want to maximize those days because I kind of know what I want to do with my nutrition, as far as to kind of how I'm hanging around like 222 to 224 with my baseline of 49 on training days and 47 on rest days. I'm thinking, and just to throw numbers out there, like just decrease my calories on my 2 leg days and kind of maximize that. So, because I realistically, I mean, I'm in a good body composition now, but I don't want to gain too much more weight to have to drop tons of weight, you know. But I think I'm gonna do something like that, like just increase calories on leg days.
by how much?
I
Mhm.
don't know. I mean, we're talking like really try to pack it in those days.
Okay.
I mean, when you
I have to
put
crunch some
the
numbers.
put the compounds back in, you need a little bit
That's
Yeah.
exactly
more.
that too. So that
You're doing a separate like a quad and hamstring, or you're gonna do both like
quad and
on
hamstring
both?
day. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
quad and then a hamstring day. And like literally speaking, I've told Bree like she's gonna bring me through those days because she's got some, she knows what the fuck she's doing with that stuff. And there's stuff that I skip the hard stuff sometimes. We all
Mhm.
like the other movements that I really need to be doing because I can push myself on a back squat and a pendulum squat. I can do those, but like some of the more like smaller little detail things, she can help me bring me through them. So really focus
Nice.
on that the next little bit.
Classic Alberto.
Yes.
Did you see my comment on your post?
Yeah, bro.
I
That
saw
was like
that.
silly. That was like fucking. You know when was it? Would you remember when Antoine Vaillant did the men's physique posing and he put
Yeah,
on board shorts? That's what
yeah.
Bro,
makes
that
me
was
think of
looking
you. Like
nasty.
no, what the fuck? That's funny.
It would be fun though.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. But,
Men's physique. That's crazy.
oh man. All right,
Yeah,
guys. Should we call it
we
there?
good for that today? Cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, and the
To
people
everybody
that
watching, thank you guys. Like, subscribe. What should they say today? Favorite
oh,
protein.
let's do something more fun.
Okay.
The the lamest clothing brand, men's fitness clothing brand. What is the lamest one?
Define.
That was a joke I made earlier. I was like, dude, have you ever seen a man wearing defined clothing? You know, that's for women. So a man, they make men's clothing. I'm like, why as a man are you wearing defined leggings? Why? Or pants?
I think I just saw someone yesterday post about that. Someone
Okay,
yesterday just put
not the
that's
lamest.
funny.
How about a lame men's fitness clothing brand? Put it down below.
Put it in there. All right, everybody. Like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.